Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 3 of the Corner Flag Podcast! And we're a man down.
Yeah, sadly.
No Sergey today, because he's hanging out with his brother.
Yeah, rather hang out with family members than us.
Yeah, how selfish.
Selfish person.
But I think a lot's happened over the last 2 weeks.
Yes, a lot.
Since the last one, including my club winning a trophy.
Yeah, what trophy was that?
The Carabao Cup for the first time. We've
What,
won a domestic trophy in 70 years.
What, Liverpool won?
Yeah. We've finally done it. Honestly, I was just crying for the whole evening, just after it. Like, genuinely, such a surreal experience because I've never experienced my teams winning anything.
Yeah,
For England haven't won anything.
England's
Newcastle
our club.
didn't win anything. Okay, yeah, but like my teams, you get it.
Yeah, but
National team counts as well. But Newcastle not winning anything. The best I'd seen us win was the championship, twice, might add.
Yeah, but that's nothing.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But now we've finally got something. We've got a Carabao Cup, but honestly, I'm buzzing because it confirms we're in Europe next season as well. So, two birds, one stone.
Well, wouldn't you be in Europe anyway by the Premier League standing?
Well, yeah, obviously, but now it's confirmed at least, so we're like assured we're in Europe. We're not confirmed in Europe in the Premier League yet.
What, in the Champions League? Or...
No, we're not. No, we're not confirmed. No, it's we get into the Conference League.
Ah, that's boring. Boring.
It's better than what we've had this season. We haven't had any
Nothing.
Europe, so it's
Yeah.
brilliant.
So, how do you think the game went? You know.
Honestly, we were amazing. We were genuinely amazing. That's one of the best performances I've ever seen us put in, if not the best.
Yeah. Well, Newcastle pretty much did really dominate.
No, we really did.
Yeah, but I don't really think the stats show it though. You know, like I think shots, yeah, but possession and stuff like that, you know, no.
Yeah, I think
how
much does possession really?
Yeah, but
mean?
I think you played well in the first half. You dominated in the first half, but then Liverpool start to bring it back towards the end of the second half.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, towards the end of the second half. Yeah, that's natural though, because when you've got a 2-0 lead at Wembley in a final, you're obviously going to start sitting back to try and hold your win.
Yeah.
I think that's naturally going to happen.
Yeah, but I think second half Liverpool kind of just did take it up. You know, realise we're losing.
They took it up a notch, definitely.
Yeah.
I can't lie though. When Chiesa scored in the 94th minute, I was genuinely pooing myself.
Oh yeah.
I thought back to all the times we'd screwed up games in the final few minutes. All the times over the years, and honestly, I've never been more terrified.
Yeah. Well, you managed to bring out those time wasting skills. You know.
Yeah, but
you know,
Eddie Howe's Max.
I think we spent like 4 minutes in the corner, maybe.
It's how we do it nowadays.
Yeah. Well, you know, Liverpool played well, but not enough to beat Newcastle. Dan Burn.
They didn't play well.
I don't know why.
I think every Liverpool fan will tell you they didn't play well.
Yeah, but you know, I don't want to shit on every team.
Yeah, I mean the comments aren't exactly. They're quite brutal. Who hurt you guys?
I think I don't know. Dan Burn, you know, got that header. Very good header it was.
Yeah, on the Superman header.
Yeah.
I mean he's like behind the penalty spot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like towards
the edge of the box.
Yeah.
it's just a stupid.
Who was even marking him anyway?
McAllister.
Yeah, I don't know why they put McAllister on Dan Burn.
Yeah, putting McAllister on Dan Burn. I mean, that's ludicrous.
Like you could see the shot where McAllister is standing right in front of Dan Burn, bro. It looks like Dan Burn looks like a foot taller than McAllister.
He is. I think obviously they couldn't put either Van Dijk or Konate on him because he's sitting at the edge of the box. You can't exactly have your tallest, most physical centre backs marking Dan Burn on the edge of the box. That just doesn't make sense. You got to have him in the middle. So if any other ball does go in the middle, you've got some presence there. But putting McAllister on Dan Burn, I think I've seen Liverpool fans saying it should have been Jota marking him because he's got better jumping reach, I think, and he's better at heading. But still, I think he clutching at straws there as well.
Yeah, I don't even think McAllister was like even really jumping, to be honest. I think
Even if he tried, he wouldn't have got anywhere near it.
I think he knew he was going to lose no matter what.
Yeah.
I think that would have been me. I was like, bro, I'm not jumping against this
But
guy.
I think what they'll be more annoyed about though is the fact that it didn't get addressed. You know, we'd seen that same corner to the back post of Burns head it into the box. I think 2 or 3 times before the goal actually went in. They'll be more annoyed that it kept repeating itself.
Yeah. Isak, you got that first goal disallowed. But it didn't really matter because,
No, it doesn't
scored
matter.
straight after.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, very good goal it was. Yeah, so speak about Dan Burn, he got put in
what
the
a week.
in
What
the,
a week for Dan Burn.
in the England squad as well.
I'm
Tuchel.
so happy for him. Yeah, because he does get it a lot. In terms of like being a left back last season, you could see how much he struggled against pacey wingers a lot of the time. But playing back in his normal position now at centre back, alongside Fabian Schär at the back, I think it just makes so much more sense. And for him to get in the England squad, considering where he's been in his career, he's come. It's a proper English football pyramid story, coming from non-league to with his boyhood club winning a trophy at Wembley, England debut a few days later. It's stuff what dreams are made of.
Yeah, well, do you think Tuchel will, as we saw in the Newcastle-Liverpool game, do you think he's going to take advantage of Dan Burn's time, maybe put him where Eddie Howe was against Newcastle?
He did in the game he started.
Yeah, do you think
he had him at the back post a few times.
Do you think he's going to optimise it? I think Dan Burn being there is quite a good spot, maybe.
It's a great presence. It's a great aerial presence to have in the squad. Whether he'll carry on starting for England, I think.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
Yeah, but do you think when he's on the pitch and there's a corner, he's going to be there,
Definitely.
or do you think he's going to be back?
Definitely, it's an asset that you have to use if he's in your team, which is something I've been annoyed about with Newcastle in the past because we haven't been using his height.
Yeah, well, I think now that Eddie Howe knows it works, I think they're going to take more advantage of it. But then teams are going to know it, and then they'll try and cancel it out.
You talk about that England game overall then.
Which one?
Against well, we'll talk about the first one.
Albania. 2-0. So I think a good game,
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it's going to take a bit of time for Tuchel to implement what he wants to do. I think there's still a lot of characteristics of the Southgate side in terms of sitting deep. The football's not pretty. It wasn't that pretty against Albania. It was quite slow. But then again, you're coming against a low block. It's always going to be difficult. You've got to play fast. You've got to switch the play. You've got to stretch them.
Yeah.
When you play slowly, that's not going to happen. The goals are going to be a lot more difficult to come by. But overall, I think it was a pretty good win. They went there and they got the job done. Whether the performance was amazing or not.
Yeah. I think we played well. We got the victory, which everyone wants. Kane.
Wait, really?
Nah, I think we lost that game. But I think we did play well. We had quite. I think we held. We had. I'm trying to think if it was this game or last game, but I don't even think they had the ball in our own half for the first 10 minutes or whatever it was.
Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, that's naturally going to come when you come up against a team who don't expect to beat you with a low block. We know before a game against Albania or Latvia, we're going to dominate the game.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to go because they don't have the star quality to come at us and come out of defence. The best option they have is trying to just contain us. Obviously, that's really difficult to do for 90 minutes, so chances aren't great.
No. Miles scored before then, and then
Miles Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, bro, come on, I'm not saying.
He was getting a lot of abuse before, as well, before his introduction to the England squad. I think that's out of order. He's a teenager getting his first England call up, and you're telling me people are abusing him. Come on.
For what? Kane scored as well. 2-0 win. I think.
Of course.
Yeah, Kane always scores.
When's he not going to score against an Albania?
Yeah, good game overall.
Yeah, like I said, they went there and they got the job done. That's all they needed to do.
Yeah. Next one, Latvia. 3-0. Latvia.
Pretty much kind of the same game.
We got to talk about that Reece James free kick though.
Oh, let's.
Oh,
That was
very
something.
superb one. You know, right top bins. You know, dipped a little bit.
I think
No chance.
I think like you don't see many free kicks go in nowadays as well.
No, it's a lot harder now.
Yeah, like
But
I can't remember the last time I've seen a free kick going for Newcastle or England, apart from obviously.
Yeah,
Reece
but every
James.
time they score, you know, it's always just a very good free kick.
Well, I mean, it has to be. You
Yeah.
can't score a free kick if the free kick's
Yeah,
taken
that's what I'm
badly.
saying. Like every time
Unless
they
you get a deflection or something.
every time they score, you know, it's always a good, like amazing free kick. It's not like a terrible one.
But I don't think you can score a bad free kick.
I don't know, man. You probably could. You know.
Well, yeah, but like I said, the best bet of that is probably a deflection.
Yeah. Kane, as always, scores. You know, Eze as well.
Yeah, Eze,
Yeah,
for
Eze's
his first. I think I saw something. It was like a first goal for England for a Crystal Palace player since like 1976 or something.
Yeah. I think we overall played very well.
Yeah, no, it was pretty much the same as the Albania game. I don't think we were amazing, but you know, like I said, they went there and they got the job done against a side who they should be beating. So
Yeah, I also saw this stat that I thought was quite funny. When Dan Burn started for England, I think he's like the second
oldest to
second
get his first cap.
oldest. Yeah, second oldest to get his first cap.
That's what I mean. It's a proper footballing story. To
Yeah.
me. Like he was pushing trolleys in Asda around our age, and he's got an England cap at 32. It is honestly it's such a good story.
Yeah, you know, I think you start playing for England is always just an amazing thing to do, and you know, Dan Burns had he has his chance to make sure that he stays playing with the England squad.
I think I saw something like Asda retired a trolley for him or something.
A trolley.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Eddie Howe got the key to Newcastle, I think it was, or freedom.
Yeah, freedom to Newcastle.
Yeah.
I don't know, what does that actually mean?
I looked it up with my dad, and it don't really do that much, to be honest. I think you just get it, like, he has it for Bournemouth as well.
Well, he's just ticking everything off.
Yeah, bro.
Imagine he becomes England manager, then what happens? Do you just get freedom to the country?
I think...
In terms of if he wins something.
Yeah,
He's probably going to get similar treatment.
Freedom of... What does freedom of the city entitle you to? Participation in ceremonial functions.
What?
I think it's just a very old thing that, you know, is just like still used today. I think it was more like back then in the old times, not now.
Yeah, but imagine going somewhere and saying to someone, "Yo, I got the freedom of this place."
Yeah, you just knock up to someone's house. Yeah, I got freedom to the city. You know, let me in.
I don't think that would be how it works, for
No,
sure.
but, you know, probably could be. I think we should talk about some big things next time, or this time.
So, quick context. Before we started this, I wanted to call it the Corner Flag Tweet Podcast. Because of managers getting sacked. I have been waiting for this.
Yeah,
a manager has finally been sacked. Thiago
Yeah.
Motta at Juventus.
Yes.
So we now have a Corner Flag Tweet since the Corner Flag Podcast.
Yeah, well, we're not going to tweet about it because we don't have a Twitter account.
That's not the point.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I think it was really weird because like Juve, I saw like in January or something, like they were unbeaten in the league. You know, like they'd had loads of draws though, and they were still like out of the Champions League spots. But I mean, where are they now? They're still fifth.
They're fifth.
They're still fifth. Like that's not even that bad.
Yeah, but in terms of Juve's standards, you know, it's not that good.
Juve's standards in recent years have been around that air though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they haven't really been challenging for titles in terms of like very recent history.
Yeah. Well, maybe they just got tired and, you know.
I think it's harsh, considering he's a young manager as well. You know, he was just at Bologna last season, and got them into the Champions League, and now you know he comes into Juventus and pretty much 3/4 of the way through his first season as a young coach has them sitting in fifth. You know, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, they got 13 wins and 13 draws and only 3 losses.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
racking up the threes.
I mean, I get their European performance hasn't been great, but it's like it's a young manager in his first season. You give him a bit more time.
Yeah, so got sacked. I think they've already brought in a
Yeah,
replacement
Igor
as well.
Shooter, yeah.
Yeah, already.
Can't lie, I know nothing about him.
I'm pretty sure they knew he was going to get. I think. Seems to me that they already knew who they were going to replace him as manager even before they sacked him.
What's Igor Tudor done in the past with his managerial career? I want to know more about this guy.
He's a Croatia manager. I think he's managed Croatia a little bit.
Oh, he played for Juventus.
Yeah.
He played for Juventus for 9 years. Oh wow. So you can see why he's done.
Lazo.
Lazo. Come on.
Shut the fuck.
It's right in front of
Bro,
you, Lazo.
Bro, I'm dyslexic, man. Chill the fuck out. He was under.
He's been about, to be fair.
Yeah.
Wait, that's in the last 10 years?
20.
All of his managerial careers in the last 10 years. Look how many clubs are there.
Yeah, well,
He hops club like every year. That's mental.
he was at Juve in 2020
Yeah,
and
that's
21,
assistant.
but that was an assistant. Yeah.
He hops around his clubs though.
Played for Croatia as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
In
he's had that bad of a...
97 and 2006.
It doesn't look like he's had that bad of a player career.
No.
Well, I guess you could see why then bringing in a player with ties to the club, but I still think that the sacking of Thiago Motta is a bit harsh.
Yeah. Speaking about transfers, we gotta talk about Trent Alexander-Arnold though.
Yeah, we probably do, don't we?
Yeah, moving to Real Madrid, running out his contract. I don't think a lot of Liverpool fans are happy about that.
No, of course not. Well, I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it, though? Because, running his contract down and leaving on a free is nasty business. But then again, it's not like he's going to, a direct Premier League rival or something.
Yeah, but he's been at Liverpool Academy since he was, 6 or something like that.
Yeah. But then again, you can also argue he's been there that long and, he's won everything there already. There's nothing else really to win.
I think he's just wants to be in the Champions League more, maybe win it more. I don't know. I feel like Real Madrid is kind of a good spot for him to go to, but it's also going to be difficult for him to play as well because they got Real Madrid have a lot of.
No, he'll start.
But he will probably start. Yeah.
I mean, well, Danny Carvalhal's getting on a bit now, so yeah, he'll definitely start for them. There's no way they'll bring him in not to start him.
Yeah. I don't know, they did that to entry.
It's just a weird one to call though, because on the one hand, like I say, he has been there and won everything, but on the other hand, he's leaving on a free. He's run his contract down. That's nasty business.
Yeah,
I think the reaction from the Liverpool fans is a bit over the top though.
Yeah, but I think he, because we all knew there was rumours between Liverpool and Real.
Yeah, they're going around for ages.
Real Madrid, but I think he just kind of wanted to see if Liverpool actually wanted him to stay. And I think it's just taken this long.
I think I've got it here.
And I think he's just, it's like they're paying me this. If you match it, I'll stay. But if you don't match it, then I'll just leave.
It's not actually confirmed yet.
Yeah,
there still could be something that happens to stop it.
Yeah, but
I think that's what a lot of people take for granted. I mean, they look at rumours and they just expect it to be done as soon as they see it. They imagine their club's future.
Yeah, but I
with
think
that
this
player
one's more towards the end of the deal. I think they're getting close to finishing it, signing it.
Yeah, it obviously looks like that. Yeah, but I think because Fabrizio Romano said they've been going on for a year now with this contract proposal.
Yeah, this is some Mbappe stuff, man.
Oh no, that wasn't that long.
Was it not?
No, not. I mean, Trent hasn't been as long as Mbappe. Mbappe was to Real Madrid was going on for at least 3 or 4 years.
Right, it felt even longer than that, man. Or it felt shorter than that, actually.
Yeah, coronavirus did weird things at the time.
Yeah, coronavirus. Talking about Liverpool. Salah and Virgil van Dijk,
Yeah, talking about Liverpool a lot today, aren't we?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of stuff happening
between
them.
Yeah, there's drama going on with Liverpool, yeah.
I've heard a lot of, Salah, Van Dijk, Jota as well. I've heard Jota might be moving.
I think the rumours of Salah and Van Dijk are a lot cooler than Trent's.
Yeah, because I don't think we have, there's not a lot of stuff saying where they're going.
Yeah, there's no definitive
But with Trent,
club.
we know about it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll see. But the thing is, Liverpool haven't exactly got long. You know, their contracts run out in what, like 2 months?
Yeah, June time.
Like, they've not got long to secure these. I think.
Yeah.
I would be a bit on edge if I was a Liverpool fan about it, simply because it's taken this long already. Like, what is the hold up? Do they not want to stay, or like, is there a contract even on the table? Do FSG even want them? Like,
I don't really know. Like, if like they're doing well, like Salah's doing amazing. I don't really know why they, like, I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, it might be age holding it back, but I still think it's ridiculous.
Maybe have like an extra year or two and an extended contract. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that would probably be enough for both of them. Yeah, they could definitely still perform at the top level for another 2-3 years at least.
Yeah, but it depends on where they're going. You know, like who knows where they're going. Virgil van Dijk could
might go Saudi.
Saudi, maybe Europe or something. I don't know. Like anywhere really.
I don't know, but it's difficult for clubs in Europe though, because like I say about the age, you know, you don't really want to invest too much in a player that's getting on now. I think what are they like? Salah's
I think probably
Van Dijk's 32 as well, something like that.
I feel like Salah is probably most like. I think he will probably have opportunities to go to Europe. I don't think Van Dijk would probably have that many as him, because I think Salah's been very well, and he's been he shows that he's very consistent, and I think he probably might get an offer in Europe somewhere, but I don't know. They'll probably get big offers in Saudi somewhere,
Yeah, the Saudi offers will definitely be on the table, but I've seen a lot of people saying PSG. I don't know about PSG because the thing is, their whole new module is no more big stars, no more egos in the squad. We just want stick with homegrown French talents, and it's working for them.
Yeah, but Van Dijk, he's got that leadership,
He might have that leadership, but then again, like, you look at who PSG have signed in the past with the superstars, you'd think they have leadership. They brought in Ramos, and it didn't work because he was getting injured.
Yeah, but
do they really want to risk something like that with Van Dijk?
I don't know. Well, we did see Van Dijk was talking to the owner as well, PSG. But
I don't think
who knows? That could have just been a friendly chat.
Yeah,
but,
you can't read much into that.
Who knows about that? Like, it could be anybody. Like, they could go anywhere. Like, I've heard lots of things. I've heard Van Dijk going to Al Hilal, Salah going to Barcelona maybe, or Al Hilal as well.
I don't think Barcelona need another winger.
Yeah, I know, but that's just rumours, Everybody's saying everywhere. Like, I've even heard Trent deal is done, but, I'm not...
I think everyone's heard that.
Everyone's probably heard that, but, there's no, like, official proof saying it.
No, of course, you can't, like I say, you can't read much into rumours until they're actually all confirmed.
Yeah, or Fabrizio talks about them most of the time.
Well, no, because even Fabrizio still gets stuff wrong.
Yeah, but everybody gets stuff wrong. But
you can't fully trust it.
Yeah, he's very reliable though.
Yeah, he's one of the more reliable ones.
Yeah, but
definitely.
everybody gets stuff wrong.
Definitely, yeah.
Like, people, someone can say something and then something else happens. Any other rumours that could go on? I've heard. Who did I hear about? Man City are trying to look for some new players, or
are they? After their splurge in January.
Oh no, I heard something about Darwin Núñez going to Atletico Madrid.
Liverpool players.
Right. Yeah, because I don't know, but everybody's just coping right now.
Everyone's coping.
Bro, they're trying to.
Who's coping?
Bro, they're trying to get away from the Trent shit, and then they're just like, yeah, bro. Joe Bellingham.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see him go somewhere else. Yeah.
Sunderland. I think he's had a lot of there's a lot of rumours about him. Brighton, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Man United. But I think he is going Premier League. But
yeah, he won't stay at Sunderland for long.
No,
not a chance.
I think he'd probably go, but it depends. I don't think he'll go Man United because they're kind of awful right now.
He would definitely still go there if the option was on the table.
Yeah.
I think if any Premier League option came in, he'd probably take it.
Oh yeah, we have to talk about this one. Alexander Isak. Newcastle to Liverpool.
Oh, I've been trying to avoid this one.
Yeah, we have to talk about this one.
It's not going to happen.
Bro, you might jinx it, man.
It's not going to happen.
I don't think it will happen. I just think that, I think I 100% think Liverpool people are just like
Liverpool people.
they're coping, bro. They're like, yo, they know Salah's probably gonna go, and they're like,
we already
yeah,
got the Man City fans on our
it's
back.
It's like beat 'em, like, bro. He's like, yeah, it's like literally dogged us. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take him from Newcastle as punishment for beating us in the Carabao Cup.
Can they afford him?
Probably not.
That's my question.
But it's just I see it all the time, and I just think this isn't gonna happen. Why are they doing this?
Because right now there's obviously a lot of noise about it, but realistically, if Liverpool can't afford to even renew the contracts of Van Dijk, Salah, and Trent,
Yeah.
why are they like Newcastle are under no pressure to sell Isak? Like,
yeah, they got the money to stay with us.
He's still got 3-4 years left on his contract.
It's 2028.
We've just won a trophy. We're still competing for the Champions League. There is absolutely no pressure on us to sell Isak. So if there is a price tag, it's going to be at least north of 150 mil.
Yeah, but I think Liverpool, we're able to get in the Champions League, but they didn't win that. They got knocked out by PSG. But we might win the Premier League. If you want to win the Premier League, come to us.
I think a lot of people have forgot there's still a good project going on at Newcastle.
Yeah, what project?
What project?
Yeah,
takeover happened. You're telling me 4 years after the takeover, we're now Carabao Cup winners. We've got into the Champions League once. We've gone from 19th in the league in the first season, no wins after 14 games, and finished 11th. And now you're telling me there's not a project.
Oh, it should have happened from day one. To be honest, man.
What do you mean?
It shouldn't have taken 4 years.
What? Oh, well, we should
first year should have
just spawned in the Champions League.
First year should have won the Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. You should have won everything.
Yeah, that's first year. We should have done better there. We should have just spawned in the Champions League.
I think you should have just bought everybody.
Yeah, that's actually.
But buy all the players, so you have no competition to play against. And then you have to play the under-21s.
The thing is, with the rumours at the start of the takeover, you would have thought we was going to do just that.
Yeah, but you can't. Because you're just going to get many points.
My head was in the sky. I was seeing Mbappe and Coutinho to Newcastle.
Oh, yeah, but bro, imagine the wages that. Yeah, I'm Mbappe. I'm earning $1 million a week from just playing Newcastle. I've got that Saudi money.
$1 million a week at Newcastle.
Yeah,
We're never paying a player $1 million a week.
Bro, imagine Mbappe thinking that. Yeah, I heard Newcastle got taken over. I may go there. For a quick bag. Harry Kane, I've heard a little bit about. Not
Harry Kane's moving?
There's rumours about him going to Liverpool, but it's not. It's just. I think it's just like.
Why is it always Liverpool?
Right, it's because they're losing their best players. They got like.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
And they got to find somebody.
And now, of course, Harry Kane's going to come back to England to break Shearer's
record. Yeah, but I don't like.
That's literally going to be the only reason.
Yeah.
Also, win something in England.
Yeah, but he's going to win something at Bayern.
I just got a feeling though that if Harry Kane is coming back, I can't see him in any other kit than a Spurs kit.
Yeah, but
that's going to be so weird to see Harry Kane in another Premier League team's kit.
Yeah, but I wonder if they win the Champions League, do you think he'll probably stay? I think he'll probably stay if they win the Champions League.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Or he could go into it with the mentality of, okay, I've won the Champions League and Bundesliga with Bayern now. Might have won the DFB Pokal as well, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
But okay, I've won all this at Bayern now. Okay, let me go back to the Premier League. Let me try and break Shearer's record. Let me try and win a trophy in the Premier League now as well, and cement my legacy further.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It's up to him really, but I don't know. I think probably the Bundes. Yeah, well, we already know Bayern are going to win the Bundesliga, aren't
they? Do we? What's the table looking like?
I think it's a little bit close, but it's just Bayern.
Yeah, I mean they do usually win it, but not last season.
Yeah, it's Leverkusen second. There's like 6 point difference.
Yeah, 6 point. It can be turned over. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it'll be tough.
Yeah, it'll be tough, but
Looks like he's finally gonna win something.
Yeah, finally actually. No, he won something in under 17s, but
That's a big one, that.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, when you realise that you're not going to be able to talk about Harry Kane winning no trophies, man. It's just he's got the golden boot and he's got 9 top goal scorer achievements.
That's what I mean. He's an amazing goal scorer.
He's a very good player, but he's got nothing to show for it. It's just Tottenham. Like, I respect the dedication staying at Tottenham, though. I respect it.
Well, he hasn't stayed at Tottenham. He's gone off to Bayern now.
No,
But for as long as he did, yeah.
Yeah, for as long as he did.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, of course, when it's your boyhood club, you obviously want to stay there as long as possible. If they haven't won anything in a while, it's like Newcastle as well. Although to be fair, I don't think there was many boyhood players that would want to really leave. I couldn't really see Dan Burn or Longstaff leaving.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the Ballers League, the league that KSI has
Yeah, we'll talk about
created?
it. We'll talk
with,
about it, yeah. A lot of people don't like it.
I don't really see what's wrong with that. I kind of like it. It's bringing lots of people from different aspects.
I can't lie. I didn't watch it. I've just watched the highlights.
Yeah, I watched the highlights. I forgot it was happening. Really, I can't really watch it because I don't have Sky Sports.
But I'm seeing a lot of people kind of hate on it because Sky are dedicating time to YouTubers instead of like actual lower league football clubs, which I get in a way is going to be frustrating.
Yeah, but the like YouTubers and like these people, they have like a massive following. You got like KSI, Mini Minter, Angry Ginge, Toby. They got big followings. People like going to watch it.
Yeah.
Like they got.
It's definitely got potential.
Yeah.
They got legends in there as well.
Yeah. But it's only first week. It could flop. It could keep going. Who knows?
And it's not like there's bad players in it as well.
There's good players.
There's someone playing for one of the teams that was at Newcastle last season, and he was on the bench in one of our Champions League games. Michael Indawini, I think his name is.
Do you know what club he's playing for?
I don't know. You can just type his name in, I reckon.
I don't think I can do that. Oh, there's one in Germany.
Yeah. It started in Germany, I think, didn't it?
Oh.
Wait, I know it started in another country, and then they brought it over to the UK.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I think personally I actually do quite well.
Yeah, I think it's definitely got potential to do well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think a lot of people have got a warm to it.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely gonna get a lot of traction from a younger audience, definitely.
I think they just got I think they just got to let it keep going for a bit and then see what happens. You can't just hate on something first time in.
Yeah, people love to hate.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Yeah, hate my hairline, guys.
Hate your head then.
Yeah. I think we should talk about the Premier League games that are coming up.
Midweek.
Midweek.
Games. Or the FA Cup first. On the weekend.
I think we'll talk about FA Cup because there's less games. Saturday, 29th of March, we got 2 games coming up. Brighton, Nottingham Forest, and Fulham and Crystal Palace. Not in that order.
Yeah.
So we'll go in order. Crystal Palace and Fulham at 12:15.
That's a big one for both of those teams. I think they're both around mid-table. I mean, I get Fulham are pushing near Europe in the Premier League as well. To be fair, Palace aren't too far away, but their fixtures don't look great. So the FA Cup's going to be quite big for them for the rest of the season. I think it's a chance for either of them. Either of them will go to Wembley with a win. I can't tell you how much that actually means for a club in a mid-table position, getting to Wembley, having a great day out there. I think, and then a possible final, and then a possible trophy.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Especially the FA Cup as well. It's such a historic competition.
Yeah, well, who do you think is going to win that between Fulham and Crystal Palace?
It's a tough one. It's in Fulham. And Fulham haven't ever won a trophy to my knowledge.
Yeah, well,
I don't know if Palace have either, actually.
Newcastle only won about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, but we'd won trophies before, just prehistoric.
Yeah, 70 years. Bro, your dad wasn't even born then.
No, he wasn't. That was the first time my dad had seen us win a trophy.
First time you see him win anything.
I think I'm gonna go with Palace on penalties.
Penalty?
Yeah, I think it'll be like a 1-1 or something, and then Palace on penalties.
I think it'll be a 2-1 victory to Fulham.
Okay.
I think it'll be that. I think Fulham will win it.
Well, like I said, it's going to be a tense, tight game between two sides that all really want it.
Yeah,
I think out of the fixtures there, I think those two will probably want it the most. Although to be fair, they all probably want it. Apart from I mean, City probably need it the most out of them, but then again, City have got to salvage their season with some
Yeah,
sort
they
of
got.
silverware.
I think they'll probably. Yeah. Who knows?
But I think in terms of need, the other clubs will probably need the FA Cup more, definitely.
Brighton and Nottingham Forest at 5:15 on the same day. I think. I think it'll probably be like a 2-2 and Forest. No, I think 2-2. I think Brighton will win on penalties.
Well, Forest beat them 7-0 in the Premier League not too long ago. But then again, that was at home.
Yeah.
But still. But since then, Brighton have really found form.
Exactly.
So it's another really tough one to call. And Brighton are at home. But I still like the look of Forest, I think. I think they'll make it to Wembley. I think they'll get there. 3-1, maybe?
3-1?
Yeah.
What, to Brighton?
That's Forest.
Forest, oh. Okay, good. Don't need to copy me.
Well, like you did for the first game.
I didn't do that. What?
Oh no, yeah, I'm waffling. What the hell? I said.
Yeah,
wait, I said Palace. You said Fulham.
Right, but the Pfizer's very bad.
Okay. See, now you've taken it too far.
Sunday, the next day after, we got Preston and Aston Villa at 3:30.
Surely that's only going one way.
I probably think it's going to be Aston Villa. I think maybe
It should be Villa, yeah.
I think maybe Villa might be able to take the win.
They should.
They should.
They should.
But Preston might turn into their prime.
Then again, like a championship team again in the FA Cup quarter-final, it's going to mean so much if they get to Wembley. And you know, Preston have not. No offense to Preston, they have not seen much success at all.
Yeah, well, we have seen a championship team beat a Premier League team.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Plymouth and Liverpool.
Yeah, Plymouth. Yeah.
Liverpool terrible like them.
I can't look past Villa. I think Villa should have enough to get that one done.
What do you think the score will be?
I reckon Preston score early and score first, but I think Villa will come back and 2-1. I can see like a late winner maybe.
I think it'll be a very boring game.
You know what? I'll say it, Rashford late winner.
I think it'll be a 3-0 win to Aston Villa.
I'll tell you what, it's like it generally could go like
It could go
anyway.
It could go
We
both
could see
ways.
Villa absolutely batter them. It wouldn't surprise me. Could see Preston nick a win. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, a late winner. You know, a late 1-0 winner, 2-1.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
Yeah, we could see any team win really. You know, both teams are both want the win.
Could see any team win. You don't get this analysis anywhere else.
Right.
Thanks, Michael Owen. All right, on to the next one.
Bournemouth, Man City at 4:30. I probably think a team's going to win it, and I probably think it's going to be Man City.
Team's gonna win it.
I think Man City's probably
I
going
don't
to
know.
win.
Is a team gonna win it?
No, I think the players win.
Yeah, City, I think, should
2-0.
win it. Then again, though, Bournemouth are in good form at home, and like I said, with how much it means to these kind of mid-table Premier League teams to get to Wembley, but I still can't look past Man City.
Yeah, I think 2-0 win for Man City.
Yeah. I was gonna go 2-0 as well, but
Yeah.
now you're gonna say I'm copying you, and I don't want to be boring and copy you.
Yeah, don't get boring.
3-2.
Yeah, still boring.
Yeah, 3-2 City. No, my one's a lot more exciting than a boring 2-0.
Yeah, but you know, those clubs are quite boring.
Well, I don't know how exciting it'll be for the City fans at 3-2, but still.
So yeah, I think we'll talk about the Premier League games that are coming up.
All of the midweek games.
Oh my
There is a
lord.
lot. Oh, I didn't even realise it was the Merseyside derby. Wow. And Chelsea Tottenham. Wait, that better not be on the same day. Okay, no, it's not. Never mind. Wolves West Ham.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think it'll probably be West Ham. I think West Ham will probably bag 2-1.
Yeah.
You know, I think 2-1 to West Ham. Bowen will probably score.
I don't know. It's like that one's a tough one to call as well. But yeah, I really don't know how to call that one. I might just say draw. You know.
A draw.
You know what? I said 1-1 for Everton and Wolves last time, and I got it right. So I'm just gonna say 1-1 again.
Wow. Arsenal Fulham.
Arsenal not really playing with much pressure. Fulham will be on a hangover, I reckon, from the FA Cup game. So I could see Arsenal 3-1. Yeah, I like 3-1.
2-0.
To Arsenal.
2-0 to Arsenal. Yeah. Nottingham Forest and Man United. Nottingham Forest have been very good. Man United.
Crucial.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, he's been
He's been very, very good.
Thank God Sergio isn't here to tell me about it though, and telling me that Bruno Fernandes is better than Bruno Guimaraes.
That's gonna happen if this guy was on here. I'll be here at 5 AM listening to this guy yak about.
I don't think you can barely stay up any longer than you currently are anyway, by the looks of it.
What now?
Go to sleep. I'll control the rest of the podcast. But yeah, I think
it'll be 3-2 to Nottingham Forest. I think Bruno will probably score at least one goal in it.
Yeah, I think Forest should be able to do it.
Should.
Yeah, they should be able to. Under the lights at the City Ground, midweek game, big for their Champions League. Again though, could an FA Cup hangover play part? Maybe. But I don't think I can look past Forest here either. I think this next week for Forest is going to be crucial to their season. I reckon they'll get to Wembley and they'll get another win. 1-0.
To who?
Forest.
Forest.
Ryan Yates. Don't know why. Just got a feeling.
Nah, I think Wood's gonna score.
How boring.
Right.
Wait, what did you say for the
3-2.
3-2?
Yeah, 3-2. I think Bruno will probably score one, and Chris Wood will score one.
Oh, so yeah, we'll just leave out the rest of the scorers.
Yeah. You know, anyone could score.
Yeah, just 3 own goals, yeah.
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 Obviously. I think. Anyone could score. I think they will most likely score.
Anyone could score.
Right. Anyone could, even own goals. Goalkeeper could mishandle it, smack it in bottom corner.
To be fair, I wouldn't put it past Onana.
Yeah, but he could probably flop on it and go in. Southampton and Crystal Palace.
Surely Palace.
Yeah,
surely.
Like, Southampton have been absolute abysmal.
They're dreadful. Any Southampton fan will tell you it as well. They're dreadful. Well, oh yeah, that's one thing with the transfers though. I've seen that Southampton. Whoa. Southampton have put a 100 mil price tag on Tyler Dibbling.
More like 10 mil, man. More like a 1 mil actually.
Well, okay, 1 mil's going a bit far, but 100 mil is mental. If Tyler Dibbling is a 100 mil player now, what are we doing? Realistically, I think it's more 50 mil. But I mean, I guess they aren't under much pressure to sell him. But as a team in a relegation battle, then you know you should be looking to sell a player if he's got quite a lot of value to help you in the championship.
Yeah, but is it 100 mil worth value?
No, absolutely not. He's not worth 100 mil.
How much do you think Isak's worth then?
Well, if Tyler Dibbling's worth 100 mil, we'll have 300 mil for Isak.
Yeah,
please.
hell no, bro. He's only worth. Bro, Isak's worth 100 mil, man.
100 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, have fun with the Newcastle fans' hate. Bournemouth Ipswich.
Yeah, I'll take any hate, man. Bournemouth Ipswich. 1-1. 1-1.
What 1-1 Bournemouth Ipswich?
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I guess for the FA Cup hangover again for Bournemouth maybe. Again, though, it's hard to look past Bournemouth. Yeah, even though their form of 2 recent isn't amazing. Yeah, I mean, Bournemouth should be able to do it like a 2-0.
Brighton, Aston Villa.
2 FA Cup teams.
I think it will be a 0-0.
Yeah, I
I
can
think
see
it'll
that,
be
you know.
a boring game, 0-0, nothing.
Yeah, I can see it.
I think there'll be good chances, but I don't think any of them will score.
Um, I quite like the draw prediction. I can't lie, 1-1. I quite like the draw. Even though Brighton's form's great, I think. I know it's just a tough one to call. I've just got a feeling about a draw as well.
Yeah. Newcastle, Brentford. I already know who you can say. Newcastle are going to win.
Am I?
Probably.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, obviously. Glazers.
Yeah. We've already beaten Brentford in the Carabao Cup at St James's this season. Yeah, you respect us. Yeah, we never do it easy though. 2-1. Isak will probably score. I reckon Wissa probably scores at Brentford as well. You know what, Isak breaks.
I think it'll be a 2-1. No, 2-2. Wait, what did you say? What was the score?
You trying so hard not to copy me.
What was the score?
2-1 to Newcastle.
Yeah, I think it'll be 2-2. I think Wissa, Isak, and maybe Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo will get assist for a goal.
Yeah.
Because I need him on my FPL team.
I didn't know you had Mbeumo. Wait, have you got Mbeumo and Wissa?
No, I only got one. But I wish I did.
Oh, I could have sworn you had Wissa as well.
No, I have one of them. I don't know which one.
Yeah, alright.
Man City, Leicester. I think we probably know who's going to win
winner.
this.
One winner.
Man City 2-0. I think 2-0. Will Haaland score?
Yes, 4-0.
Yeah. 4.
Yeah, you have me.
I don't think it'll be 4-0. I think it'll be 2-0. And I think Haaland will score. But I only think he'll score 1 goal.
Yeah, honestly, Leicester are in an absolute shambles this season.
Jamie Vardy.
Please never do that again. Yeah, it should be really straightforward for City. 4-0.
Liverpool, Everton.
Now we've got to go, what are you doing? Yeah, now we've got the interesting ones, haven't we? 2 derbies. Liverpool and Everton. I reckon Liverpool will get some revenge. Maybe 2-0.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will probably win it, but I think it'll be like 2-1. Salah, come on. Can't be ghosting now.
Everyone's got Salah in their FPL team. Like who's taking Salah out of their team? So like whatever Salah does, it just doesn't really matter unless you just don't captain him.
Yeah, 2-1 to Liverpool. I think Everton will probably put up a good fight, but I think it won't be enough to beat Liverpool.
No. Alright.
Chelsea and Tottenham.
Again, tough one to call.
Tottenham not been that well, but I also think Chelsea.
No, Tottenham's recent form isn't too bad.
Yeah, but I think Chelsea haven't really been that good as. No, they haven't really scored. I don't really know.
Well, no, they had bad form, and then they met Leicester and Southampton.
Yeah.
And those games were only going to go one way. So, yeah, I reckon a draw.
A draw?
Something crazy like a 3-3. You always see these type of games at Stamford Bridge like every season, where they'll just have a mental game. Yeah, this is one of them.
Yeah, I think 2-0 to Chelsea.
How boring.
Right, you said 3-3, that's even more.
Well, 3-3 is anything but boring.
Yeah, but that's boring as hell. I think we'll probably wrap it up there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've been more than ready to wrap it up for the last 20 minutes.
No.
No, you're well up for it.
Yeah, I am.
Alright, we're doing a half hour then.
Yeah. No, we're not. We're not going to do that because I don't have time to do another half hour.
Alright, cool. Well, thank you everyone, again.
Yeah, please like and subscribe, or please follow.
Again, I'll be shocked if anyone's made it this far again, because this is going to be the longest one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for watching episode 3 of the Corner Flag podcast, and we will see you next time.